Welcome to the Man Cave Podcast with Dan Casper.
Let's talk some Brewers baseball here this morning. First off, let's tell you a little bit about some of the trades that the Brewers made yesterday. Let's talk about one of the pitcher, Quinn Priester, coming from the Red Sox. Brewers sending their seventh ranked prospects in the per the MLB pipeline, Rodriguez, outfielder, and then a 2025 competitive balance round draft pick and a player to be named later for right-handed pitcher Quinn Priester. Now, a little bit about Quinn, because maybe some probably don't know a whole lot about him. He was a former first-round draft pick by the Pirates in the 2018 MLB draft. So he's obviously spent some time with Pittsburgh. Then the Pirates traded him to the Boston Red Sox in July of 2024. But he does have some starting experience. So he is his MLB statistics, they're not great in a smaller sample size, and I know people are probably going to freak out about it. But a 6-9 with a win-loss record, 6.23 ERA, 69 strikeouts. So again, I know when you look at those numbers, there's going to be a lot of people like, oh boy. But he has appeared in 21 games, 15 starts in the majors between the Pirates and the Red Sox. 41 walks versus those 69 strikeouts in 99 and two-thirds of an innings pitched. In the minor leagues, he is 26-17 with a 3.61 ERA in 87 games. 84 of those were starts, recording 428 strikeouts in 400 and two-third innings pitched. So those are kind of the numbers here. The big thing is that he's got a lot of starting experience, and that's where he's going to get that opportunity with the Brewers. He's going to be joining the team. He is with the team, and he's going to be a part of that rotation right now. It sounds like with the Brewers, because he has that experience. And as Matt Arnold said yesterday, having that kind of experience at a young age, how many guys have we seen come up to the major league level and hit a roadblock over the years with us? Whether that's Woody or Corbin Burns or Freddie, they all hit bumps along the way, and they were all extremely talented. That's what we believe we're getting. Not to put any unfair pressure on the kid here, but he really does have a great arm with a lot of good ingredients. There's a lot to like here. From all accounts, he is a really cerebral kid and open to making adjustments. Alex Cora, his now former manager, also said he's a good kid. He did everything that we asked him to do in the offseason. He came into spring training a lot stronger. He's had a good spring training, but this is where we're at right now. So, yeah, we'll potentially see him here fairly soon, but Brewers, probably no surprise, looking at getting some pitching help. And no, it's not a big name, or maybe a name that y'all recognize from maybe a few years ago, or a veteran still trying to extend their career here. But this is a move that Matt Arnold believes helps the Brewers in the now and in the future. He said the injuries weren't the only factor in this trade. We really think this move helps us now and in the future. Our scouts have liked him going back to high school. So, but yeah, it appears that he is going to be a starter with the Brewers. And then it'll be interesting to see what his role is going to be like after guys start to come back. Tobias Myers, Quintana, Nestor, et cetera, I think a lot will be decided on how he plays, in his opportunities. I think a lot will be decided with that. But again, we've seen the Brewers be flexible with a lot of their pitchers, whether it's been starters moving to the bullpen or guys coming in long relief and still eventually becoming, starters and such. But they got some time, and they got a little flexibility with him. But yeah, I think in the immediate term, it sure sounds like it's going to be he's going to get his shots as a starter here. So, and then the Brewers weren't done making moves yesterday to make room for Quinn on the 40-man roster. The Brewers designated for assignment Grant Wolfram, who they just uploaded, up out of, or not uploaded. They just promoted just a couple days ago to their 40-man roster. But the Brewers designated him for assignment, and then they ended up trading him to Baltimore for cash and an outfielder, Daz Cameron, who is Mike Cameron's son, former Brewers outfielder Mike Cameron. He's also got some experience playing in the major leagues. 2020, he played 17 games with Detroit. 2021, 35 games for Detroit. 2022, 21 games for Detroit. And 2024, he played in 66 games with the A's. So Brewers adding some more outfield depth, but he is being sent right away to AAA in Nashville. So don't know if maybe at some point we'll see him, injuries-wise, maybe protecting themselves a little bit here to have some more depth in the outfield. But instead of, designating for assignment Grant, they're able to flip him and maybe get some more depth with the outfield. So Brewers making a couple of moves yesterday in the trade department. So tonight, Brewers are back at it, taking on the Colorado Rockies. Freddy Peralta getting his third start of this season. And a question that I'm throwing out to you, Brewers fans, if you're still on the fence in terms of saying whether Freddy's a legit ace, or you're not ready or quite ready to label him as an ace yet, what else does Freddy have to show you this season to say that, okay, yeah, this guy is now in that ace category or that number one category? Because I feel like, and I'm still on the fence a little bit here, like I'm not, I don't think I'm ready to say Freddy's an ace yet. When I say ace, I'm looking at the Chris Sales, those guys that when Corbin Burns was here, like that's an ace. And I'm not quite ready to put Freddy in there. But what else, if you're on that fence too, what else would you have to see from Freddy for you to say, like, okay, yeah, he's in that category? I think for me, the biggest thing is just consistency. So he's coming off of one of his best starts of his career where he went 8 innings. Got a no decision. Pitched like a pitcher that absolutely deserved the win. But a fantastic outing from Freddy Peralta. And I think more of that, just the consistency. You look at the opening day against the Yankees. Wasn't bad, but it was kind of a typical Freddy start, right? Gave a couple solo shots. Got deep in the counts. Maybe a little bit of a shorter start. But I think if we see some consistency from Freddy, where he's not going deep in the counts all the time, where he's not giving up some of those bad those home run balls that are at those, it feels like it's the most inopportune times. I think if we just get the consistency, then I think, all right, now we got the argument. Now we got the potential of him being labeled that ace or numero one starter. He's easily not even close to number one starter for this Brewers team. But does he have an ace status yet? Maybe you'd think he is. And if you're ready to label him as an ace starter, tell us why. Hit me up with that text or such, or hit me up on the socials. But looking at tonight's matchup, Freddy Peralta is still looking for his first win in his third start. But he's going to be, the Brewers are going to be going up against Kyle Freeland. So, surprise, surprise, another left-handed starting pitcher that the Brewers are going to be going up against. So expect Bryce Terang to be batting in the bottom part of that order. But this is a guy, Kyle Freeland. He's coming off of a loss against Philly where he went 6 2/3, gave up 9 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts. Against Tampa, back on the 28th of March, he went 6 innings, but only gave up 2 hits, no walks, and 9 strikeouts. If you're looking at some of the career numbers against this guy, Contreras has a home run against him in 10 at-bats, but that's about it. Just a 200 batting average against him, 773 OPS. But one guy who has had success against him has been Rhys Hoskins. In 11 at-bats, he's hitting 364 with a 909 OPS. And Christian Yelich has struggled, actually. Christian Yelich has struggled against him in 13 at-bats with a 154 batting average and a 368 OPS. So, on the flip side, got a little bit more experience with this Rockies lineup going up against Freddy Peralta, but not a ton of success. Tovar has 2 home runs and 7 at-bats against him with a 429 average and a 1.929 OPS. After that, Stallings has 12 career at-bats, but he's hitting just 250 with a 725 OPS. McMahon has 10 at-bats and nothing for average and just a 167 OPS. And then Farmer, 12 at-bats, 250 OPS, 083 batting average. And then you got Bryant with 18 career at-bats. Does have a homer, but after that, just a 222 average and a 763 OPS. So both of these pitchers, when you look at their numbers, I would say off to solid starts to begin the season. But both are looking for their first wins. Both are 0-1. Freddie is carrying a 2.08 ERA with 16 Ks, and Freeland 2.13 ERA with 10 Ks. So who's going to have the advantage tonight? Who's going to maybe the best question is going to be, who's going to get the run support tonight for the Brewers? Or for these pitchers? Which one of these guys is going to get enough run support to maybe put themselves in a position to get their first win of the season? That's probably going to be the biggest thing. But Freddie, going back to the Freddie thing, like Freddie to me is like I'm feeling more comfortable, more confident when it's his turn in the rotation, and maybe part of that is due just to the fact that we've had so many dang injuries to this thing that it's like I just want to get to Freddie's turn because he's our only healthy starting pitcher at this point. But he has pitched well in these 2 games so far, and throughout the last few years, he has been a solid pitcher for the Brewers. Yes, he's had his moments where he's given up some bad home runs. He's gone deep into counts and such, but overall, he has been a solid pitcher for this Brewers team. But I'm not quite ready to put him as an ace status, ace category pitcher. And the biggest thing is because I just want to see more consistency from Freddie. Consistency, not expecting 8 innings of shutout ball or 8 innings of 1-run ball every single time out, but the consistency in terms of keeping that pitch count down and not always giving up the home run ball at the worst times, it feels like. Just like solid outings, back-to-back, stacking success sort of thing. And hopefully we'll see that from Freddie this season, because right now they need it just in terms of their flipping depth with their pitching staff with all the injuries. But Brewers win today. They'll be above 500 for the first time this season in the early goings of this season. And right now they're trying to keep pace with the Cubbies, who picked up another win last night, blanking the Texas Rangers. Justin Steele was fantastic last night. But Brewers 1.5 back right now from the Cubbies. So if they pick up their win, they'll be 6-5 in one game and above 500 for the first time this season.